All right, guys, General Greene here. God bless, islandproject.com. Let's talk about what's going on Friday the 13th. Yeah, June, Friday the 13th. So this is just the prelude. This is just the beginning of World War. Expect counterstrike moves. Iran counterstriking Israel. More importantly, Russia, China. I do think China could take Taiwan imminently. This is massive. Keep your head on a swivel. I'm expecting bank runs. Again, this is the perfect setup of the elites to transfer you into the new system. The CBDC, but really the stablecoin equivalent. So just gave it a new name. They call it stablecoins now. Okay, so it's a stablecoin reset. It's a dollar collapse. I think that governments will send an SOS text message to your cell phone very soon. Remember that I told you that. I also want you to understand, the intelligence I gave you, because God told me, and I have incredible instincts, was worth hundreds of millions of dollars. I told you just hours in advance predicting the exact timing of the Iranian strike. That was worth hundreds of millions of dollars. You could have bought oil, you could have gamed crypto. And by the way, you know what you should be doing now? Take my advice again. Buy crypto. You need to be buying crypto. You need to be buying Bitcoin. You need to be buying Island Project. You need to get into real assets now, because this was all a part of the plan. Donald Trump warned that a, quote, more of a slaughter is coming to Iran. This is just the prelude, the precursor. Okay, it doesn't stop here, guys. There's going to be massive, massive retaliation, proving, in my opinion, the government doesn't care about your safety at all. Remember how 2020 was all about stay safe? Stay safe. Do you think you're safe now? You think you're safe in a world war? You think you're are Israelis safe? They're in bunkers. Benjamin Netanyahu said that his citizens are going to have to stay in bunkers and underground survival shelters longer than they had hoped for. They're moving their hospitals underground, ladies and gentlemen. It's Friday the 13th. War is here. So again, just understand that this is one big setup. You've been set up, you've been conned. This is how I knew this. Again, this is the restructuring of the system into the new one, which I've been telling you about for a very long time. This is the new system. This is what you need to understand. So many Americans still haven't figured this out yet. They think it's entertainment. Right? They think it's a show. They think it's reality TV. I told you June 14th was the war machine propaganda to get you guys ready, to get the American people coalesced through propaganda and nationalism and tanks in the street to get you ready for the war they already had planned. General Wesley Clark always called this, for example, that Iran would be the final target. It was the final nail in the coffin. And I want you to understand this is so much bigger than Iraq or Afghanistan. There's 100 million people in Iran. So you're at war with 100 million people now, America. You're at war with billions of Chinese. They're going to take Taiwan next. Shipping lanes. We're going to see the dollar collapse. We're going to see oil go higher above 150 barrels per barrel. I put out our intelligence report as a part of Island Project yesterday as well, giving you the exact blueprint. Literally, it's a 3-page report. And I refrained from showing you the real high intelligence because that's proprietary, only for my company and only for my members and only for our investments. So again, real estate's going to continue skyrocketing in the high-end areas because it's viewed as safe havens, breakaway civilization, in a place that the wealthy elite can park their money. Do you understand this? The wealthy elite park their money there. The wealthy elite park their money there where it's safe. They control it. It doesn't have bank debt. It's a private ecosystem. So, yeah, I mean, we called it, guys. Like, we warned you in advance. So just understand, this is just the beginning. It gives the perfect smoke screen, the perfect excuse for the reset. There's going to be some kind of cyber event, though. So just understand that. They've already dry run tested that. Bank of America, remember, they went down several months ago. SOS alerts on Verizon Wireless, your cellular networks didn't work. So they're going to do that. Again, it promotes the reset. They're moving you into an AI robotic future, and they want to put all human beings, merge you with the internet of humans and internet of bodies, and they want to transfer you over into the new AI God system if you let them and you comply. That's what they're doing. That's what 2020 was about. It had nothing to do about with your safety. It was logistics. Again, they're setting you up for the great you-know-what. This is the reset. So just understand, like, over this weekend, the next hours, 24, 72 hours, there's going to be counter moves. There's going to be counter strikes. This will open up the major conflagration, and now you're at war. There could be a draft in the United States, sending your kids to the front lines. Do they care about your safety? Absolutely not. I always tell you to stay dangerous. like Maverick here. Danger is freedom. Danger makes money. Danger is ahead of the curve, ahead of the masses. Danger has no competition. Everyone's playing it safe, getting the same stupid degrees. Now you're being replaced by AI and robots. You don't have a job, and guess who's making all the money? People online. Do you understand? I mean, even the President of the United States is a reality television star, for crying out loud. The people online are the ones in charge and in power. So this also rolls out the military-industrial complex, which I've warned to you for a very long time, of Palantir and Anduril. Who do you think is running all these drone operations? Now, Iran did send 100 drones into Israel and struck last night, from what I understand. So we're just seeing a warm-up here, and this is critical for Iran, because if they don't strike back hard, it makes them look incredibly weak. So again, who provoked who? Who struck first? Did Iran strike Israel, or Israel strike? I mean, I'll let you debate that in your own mind. But again, now it's the U.S. is on defense. Actually, you're on offense, dude. And we also know that Israel did not strike. I mean, you'd have to be an idiot to believe this. Did not strike Iran, assassinating leaders, top generals, nuclear scientists, hitting their underground silo bunkers, like I told you that they would, strafing downtown Tehran, which is like the equivalent of New York City or Manhattan or Chicago, without the United States and Donald Trump knowing. So again, they lie to you every single day. They're not to be trusted. Your government is not to be trusted. Their greatest weapon is to plant, use, and foment fear and heavy propaganda to control the minds of their subjects. You're the subject. I hope you understand that. My dad and I are the white hats. We're the good guys, folks. We've told you to get your money out of the banks. Get into real safety. No bank debt, assets, diversified, decentralized, it only go up. There's a 10 to 15% annualized rate of return in the type of property sets that we own. Every single year doing nothing. Bitcoin, likely to continue soaring. It's been like an 80% clip every single year since I've recommended it on an annualized gain. But even if we were conservative, moves like maybe 25% a year. So again, you were conned. They even told you Bitcoin was a scam. We've gotten everything right, including within hours, the strike on Iran. I've been reporting on this for months. There's millions and millions of views across several videos that I put out. One has up to 3 million views I put out several weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, warning of the Iran airstrike. People laughed, people mocked. Now you're about to be counterattacked by Russia and China. So see how that works? Famous last words. The American people aren't that smart, but you are. Click the link below, get in now, call my dad, text him 808-442-2934, fill out an app at islandproject.com and get in before lights out. It's coming. Capital controls, bank runs, major economic transfer of wealth, middle class, to use Donald Trump's words of the deep state, to be slaughtered. And you're still thinking about it? Get in. You want to own the Ferrari of real estate? Do it at Malibu. Island Project, going worldwide. Islandproject.com. We are the Ferrari of real estate, cash flow, capital gains, tokenization, so much more. #1 real estate asset in the world, Island Project. We just closed our first major deal. Congrats to all of our members. Get in today, $30K minimum. Own real estate. Get your money out of the banks. Press the ignition. Go 1000X. Go the freaking move, baby! 1000 freaking X! John Greene, Vice President. Give him a call. Dad, your number.
808-442-2934. Aloha.
Islandproject.com. Fill out a membership application today. Get rolling with us, the good guys, the winners. Get out of cash. It's trash. Go 1000X. 1000 freaking X!